Hello, I'm Robin Cochran, Superintendent of Washington County Schools. I want to take a few minutes to welcome all of our families, students, community members, and anyone watching as we begin the 2021 school year. We want to take a few minutes to say hello, to welcome you back, and show you some of the great things that have been happening and how we've been planning for your return. While this school year has not started the way that we had hoped or how we had imagined, we have worked all summer to prepare and to get ready for you and your child. Whether you chose the virtual option or you chose the in-person hybrid option, both options are good options for you and your families. We respect your decisions and your choices, and we want to do whatever we can to make this a great school year. With that being said, we've created a few videos for you to review with your children. We think that by looking at these videos and giving them a chance to see kind of how things will look as we transition back in person, or how a remote learner may go about their day, may be a good way for you to spend some time in getting your child ready. We understand that this is new. We understand that this is different. That's how it is for us as well. We know it won't be perfect. We know we will have to adjust. We know there will be stops and starts. But you definitely know that we are in this and we are willing to do whatever it takes for your child and your family to be successful. If you have any questions, concerns, ideas, suggestions, please reach out to your child's principal, or you may contact me directly at the Board of Education and we'll talk about it. That's what's been great about all of this. The community has rallied around and supported, and everyone has been respectful of whatever decision each family needs to make. Again, as we command excellence together, it will be different, but we will do it through the Commander way, and we will have the red, gold, and blue shine bright in Washington County. Thank you.
Welcome back, Washington County. I want to remind you about riding the school bus. As our bus rules have not changed, we just have a few new ones. At your bus stop, remember to wear your mask and practice social distancing and be at the bus stop 5 minutes early. When boarding the bus, remember to always wear your mask. Use the handrail when entering or exiting the bus. Hand sanitizer is available. Remember to use it when entering or exiting the bus. It's located in the seat right behind the driver. The other front seat behind the door is available if you are feeling ill. Be kind and courteous to other students and respect their space. The bus driver will be assigning seats this year, so when entering the bus, proceed to your assigned seat. Also, the bus driver will be taking attendance. Please be patient with the driver and answer when they call your name. And if they didn't call your name, let them know so they can mark you on their sheet. When arriving at the school, remember to use hand sanitizer upon exit of the bus. A staff member will be there to take your temperature before entering the building. Please be patient with us as this will take some time. On the afternoon ride home, remember to always wear your mask while riding the bus. Use the handrail when entering or exiting the bus. Use the hand sanitizer when entering or exiting the bus. It is available in the first seat behind the driver. The other front seat behind the door is available if you're feeling ill. Be courteous to others and give them their space. Go to your assigned seat and remain there until you come to your bus stop.
Hello, Washington County School families. My name is Amanda Mattingly, and I'm the principal at North Washington Elementary School. As we begin to gear up for in-person instruction in Washington County, we would like to provide you with information and a visual model of what you and your child can expect with car rider drop-off procedures in the mornings. There is no doubt that many of our school procedures will look very different this year than in years past. That holds true for our car rider drop-off procedures in the mornings. We hope that these guidelines and this information will help you and your child know what to expect. These procedures will begin on the first day of in-person instruction in Washington County. As we enter into in-person instruction, it is very important for students and parents to know ahead of time that parents will not be able to enter the school building. Parents will be asked to utilize their school's designated drop-off lane. As you enter into your school's drop-off lane, we ask that students please be prepared with their backpack, other belongings, and their mask so that they are ready to exit their vehicle when greeted by school personnel. Students are asked to remain in their vehicle until greeted by school personnel. At that time, we will complete student temperature checks. If a student has a temperature higher than 100.4, the student will be unable to enter the school building. Upon entering the school building, students will be directed to the restroom to wash their hands, will have access to a grab-and-go breakfast, and then will report directly to their homeroom class. It is our hope that these drop-off procedures will allow for a safe and efficient drop-off of students to school every morning. While we will work diligently to have the process move along as quickly as possible, student safety will always remain a top priority in Washington County schools. We ask that parents please plan ahead and know that drop-off procedures will take longer this year, especially in those first few days as we all work to adjust to these new guidelines and procedures.
At Washington County School District, we're asking all students to wear their mask inside the building. Your mask should fit across your nose and mouth, snugly yet comfortably. Even though you may not feel sick, you could be sick. The mask will help prevent the spread of germs. Don't forget, when I move, I mask.
This is Ty Howard. I'm principal at Washington County Middle School, and I'm going to talk to you about our food service for this school year for in-person learning. It's going to be different this year because of our safety procedures. And instead of coming through a line and making a choice of what you want, you're going to be handed a box or a container with all of your food, as well as a milk or a juice. So we're going to try to observe all safety procedures and stay 6 feet apart. You're going to wear a mask, and you'll be handed, and you'll either be going to your classroom and eating, or you'll be going to another designated area and sitting 6 feet apart where you can take your mask off and eat.
This year, we are encouraging students to use hand sanitizer more frequently and wash their hands. Hand sanitizer stations will be set up in multiple locations throughout each of our school buildings. And when you use hand sanitizer, you need to use it and rub it in for at least 20 seconds. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. The hand sanitizing stations will be set up in multiple locations in all of our school buildings. Each classroom will have hand sanitizer. We highly encourage you to wash your hands with water and soap, but hand sanitizer will be located throughout our buildings.
Hello and welcome to Washington County Schools. Today we are going to demonstrate movement in the hallway. Here at the high school, everything is going to flow in a counterclockwise path. Every hallway will be one directional only. Our middle stairwell will be a down-only stairwell. Our two stairwells on the end will be up-only stairwells. We are going to demonstrate now how to properly move through the hallways. Students will walk on the right side of the hallway at all times, moving in a counterclockwise direction. Our new theme is Right is Right. Students will circle the loops in the building in order to get to their classrooms, again, always traveling on the right. Our end stairwells will be up-only stairwells. We will have hand sanitizer at the top of each stairwell, so students who use the handrail will have access to hand sanitizer. And again, right is right, 6 feet apart in a counterclockwise pattern. There will be arrows on our floors showing the directional pathways as well as proper social distancing guidelines. Students will make the loop, counterclockwise direction, until they reach their destination.
For the 2021 school year, Washington County families had the opportunity to enroll their children in one of two programs. They could enroll as either remote learning students, where they attended school virtually for 9 weeks, or they could enroll in the classroom-based program where they would attend school in person in the schools with their teachers. For families who chose remote learning, their children will not have NTI or non-traditional instructional days. They will begin the remote learning program on August 27th, and they will continue that throughout the 9 weeks. They'll interact with classroom teachers, they'll have online programs, and none of that will be affected by NTI days. For the families that chose classroom-based instruction, we'll have NTI days this year. We know that there will be times when we have closures. NTI is supported by the Kentucky Department of Education. This year, all districts in the state of Kentucky are using these non-traditional instruction days, but they're designed a bit differently this year than they have been in the past. And so we wanted to share an overview of the design with you. When we open school on August 27th, our classroom-based students will actually be in NTI. So we're not reporting in person on August 27th. Our students, though, will begin with virtual NTI lessons. And so we're going to have a virtual opening. Students will use these lessons from August 27th through September 4th. Following that Labor Day weekend, then, our classroom-based students, their plan is that they'll begin hybrid instruction, which they will have some days in the classroom starting on September 7th. But from August 27th through September 4th, our classroom-based students are using NTI instruction. So the different types of NTI, we do have this virtual opening. So these lessons for the students can be found on your teacher's classroom website, your teacher's Google Classroom, and they will also be posted on the district NTI webpage. Most of these lessons students can complete online, or they can complete with a packet. And so if you need a paper packet and you didn't get a chance to pick one up at open house, you're welcome to call your school and let them know, and they'll help you arrange to pick up a packet. So that takes us through September 4th. Following that time, if at any time we have extended NTI days, so if we have to close the district to in-person instruction for an extended amount of time, we'll use classroom-based NTI. So classroom teachers will once again provide their non-traditional instruction lessons either on their classroom web pages or through their Google Classroom sites. So students will have access to that. If families need packets, again, they will let the teachers know in the schools, and the schools will help them arrange to get paper packets as necessary. The final category of NTI that we're likely to use just because we're in Kentucky is that we'll have weather-related days, just like we've always had. In Washington County, we call those Commander Days. And so our Commander Days we have used for a number of years. And so we have a certain number of Commander Days depending on the weather. Those are intermittent days. They are called when weather hits. For those days, students will have a packet. So we'll provide probably in the later part of the fall a collection of 10 Commander Day lessons. And when we have those weather-related NTI days, our students will use those lessons. Teachers will still be available online to support or through telephone calls, but those will be just isolated lessons. Those lessons tend to be more about reviewing content that students have already learned. And so we have spiral review lessons all throughout those Commander Day lessons. So once again, we'll begin with virtual opening NTI days on August 27th, and our students will use those until September 4th. And then when our classroom-based students return to school after that Labor Day weekend, we'll return into a hybrid classroom model. The remote learning students, they won't have any NTI days this first 9 weeks, and so they'll just begin the remote learning program, and we'll continue that same program throughout the end of the 9-week period. So we hope everything goes well this 9 weeks. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact your schools, or you're welcome to call central office. My name is Cherry Boyles. You can ask to speak to me. I'm the Chief Academic Officer for Washington County Schools. I'll be glad to help.
Hello, I'm Amy Mattingly. I'm a 6th grade English teacher at Washington County Middle School. I'm also going to be handling some of the remote learners this year, and I am also going to do some instructional technology for the district. So I'm here today to give you just a little how-to for Google Classroom. So what I thought we would do instead of just staring at a computer screen, I thought I might break it down in student view for you. So Google Classroom. When your child logs on to Google, so if they go to the top, your kids will be used to hearing what's called a waffle. And when they click on the waffle, it will prompt them to log in. These logins should be the same as last year with their email, or sometimes it's the first letter of their first name, last name, and the school they attended, and passwords should still be the same. So when you get started, it will prompt you to sign in with your email or whatever identifier you've done in the past, as well as your password. If you have issues with your password, you're going to contact your child's school. Once you log into that, you should be able to click on the waffle again, and you're going to see little squares, little apps. Things like docs, things like slides, things like forms. You're going to look for this little guy here. This is your Google Classroom app. Once you click this, your screen is going to be full of little squares for each of your child's classes. If you don't see those, then that means your child will need to join classes. During open house, your child was given login information or class codes for teachers' Google Classrooms. And what that will look like in the corner of the screen is a little plus sign. Once you click that little plus sign, it will say join class. Once you have entered in the code, usually it's a series of letters or numbers, your teacher's class should pop up. Generally there's a name, and you should see some tabs at the top. You should see a stream tab, a classwork tab, people, and then your child's grades. Most of the time, your teacher is going to post assignments in the classwork tab, which is here and here. Also here. So when you click here, it's going to make your screen look like this. Most teachers will set their classwork up by topics. Other times you may just see a list. It really depends on the teacher. So then you'll see, for example, on this student's screen, it's probably social studies. They have some frequently used pieces of material, and the icons will look different. Sometimes the teacher will post material just to be viewed, sometimes a YouTube video or a document. Other times, if it has a little clipboard, that's going to be your assignment. And then you can tell if it's classwork, if it's a project, or if it's homework. Most of the time, there is a due date. When your child wants to navigate these assignments or these materials, when it's clicked on individually, the assignment is going to look like this on your screen. So you'll see the little clickable docs that the teacher has dropped into that assignment. And then your child, your student, will be able to add whether it's something they want to upload. Additionally, when they click add, they have the option to do several things when they're doing this assignment, add or create. They can pull something from their Google Drive by clicking here. They could set a link if they wanted to, or they could start a new doc. Let's say that the assignment, letter to the senator. When they click letter to the senator, they want to add maybe a doc. It's going to then open that doc, and your child can type the assignment, and then they are going to click the turn in button. So once they've clicked the assignment, they've added the doc, they'll be prompted to turn in the assignment. they'll be prompted again to post that assignment. So once they turn it in, let's say maybe they forgot something or wanted to add more, it doesn't immediately do it in case there are supplemental things that your child or your student wants to continue to add. So then the post will actually post it to the teacher. You can unsubmit those and redo those assignments. It's pretty self-explanatory, says on the screen. And additionally, with those assignments, what I like about it as a parent is if your child has questions or you as a parent have questions, you can actually make comments on those assignments. So if you are unsure of how to turn that assignment in, whether the teacher wants a Google Doc or whether the teacher wants this done in Sheets, or whether the teacher wants you to save a copy, and I'll show you that in just a second, save a copy of whatever they've sent, and they want you to resubmit that. This comment area is a good place to take care of those because other students can see that too. So sometimes you have a question that everybody else has, just like in class, raising your hand. This is kind of our digital way to raise your hand. So, making copies. Let's say on the assignment, the teacher has a document that pops up, because that may happen sometimes. When you click your assignment, it may not be just an empty box. Sometimes they may have attached like a digital worksheet, or they may have already made you a copy of a doc. What you would then want to do if they didn't make you a copy is sometimes the teacher will ask you to make your own copy. You won't be able to do anything to the document sometimes, and that's what I see in my comments the most is I can't click on this, and it's probably because it's a view-only document. And what that will show up, that will generally show up at the top. So if it says view only, that's when you want to go in and make your own copy. And that copy you can then pull from your drive and turn in. So that's pretty much the basics. If you ever kind of feel disorganized or you're not sure when things are due, you can always go to your stream and scroll through. Your stream is a place where you can see announcements from your teachers, a place where you can see when they've posted certain material. The Classwork tab is going to be your go-to for your assignments. Like I said before, you're always going to be able to see those, your deadlines when you need to turn those things in. And generally, if you haven't turned something in, it will tell you that it's past due. So you're never going to have to wonder, did I turn that in? Did I not turn that in? If you've turned the assignment in here, it will say turned in. So you'll be able to keep up with that. My email is on the district website, so if you ever have questions, and once again, you can comment to your teachers, but I'm always here to help as well.